New haircut. Okay, so, huh. Some very interesting developments. Today I am at home because I need to catch up on my paperwork. Ain't that fun? Um, but in another topic, uh, huh, there was this girl that just randomly out of nowhere. We have absolutely no mutual friends on Facebook, but she uh, clicks to add me as a friend. And so I simply message her without adding her. I just say, "Do we know each other?" Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that I've met that I don't necessarily recognize or aren't necessarily friends with people that I know. And she basically responds with, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, I'm doing okay, but do we know each other?" And she was just like, "Hey, I just saw your profile in recommended to me to for uh, friends, and so I just uh, pressed the button." And so she's from Manitoba. We get into a extremely shallow conversation, and where I make it very, very, very explicitly clear where I am. I'm a Christian. I'm waiting till marriage before I do anything. uh I'm sure you guys can fill in the blanks. And she's just like, "Hey, I actually uh, I don't want to edit the video and just put the screenshot in because that's too much work for me right now." But uh, she says, "Hey, I'm in my bed right now. Would you like to have a picture of my goods, my chest goods?" She didn't say it in that way, but still, I was like, "Hey, no, no, thanks. Um, no offense. I'm sure you're very attractive, but um, yeah, I'm avoiding pornography and stuff like that. So no." And she responded with, "Think," and then later replied to her own "think" with "thank." Just out of the absolute blue random. Just weird. Just weird. I guess she was just really liked my profile picture or something. Or maybe it was some sort of a scam. I have no idea. But yeah, literally from the blue random nowhere, temptation just being thrown right at me. Uh, yeah. So that's one thing. The other thing, not other thing. It's related. Uh, I had another. Maybe because of this, maybe there's some sort of a spirit attached to that. But I had a very explicit dream last night, and uh, yeah, I don't even think it made any sense. It just would just happen. Yeah. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to change my underwear now." So that's one thing. Uh, so I guess I'm under attack again. Need to man the walls and start fighting back. I'm not completely sure why this is happening right now. I mean, I have been feeling very lonely relationship wise, and I suppose the temptations coming in from that angle maybe they've been sort of going for that 1-2 punch, the jab with the hey, you're super alone right now, to the hook of but this girl really wants that, I guess. I guess they're trying a slightly new angle now that I have been pretty successfully staving off temptation from the usual direction. So, yeah, just pray that by God's grace and by His strength that I'll persevere through this new temptation. Uh, Prophetic voices have been saying that this is going to be a time of testing. Then after the testing, it will be a season of reaping. And I feel like I've been tested in all sorts of different directions over this last few weeks, and it might be culminating on the end of September when my temporary license expires and I need to get my full license. That seems to be a good sort of turning point, because I've been struggling with work in terms of the paperwork. It's been taking me 4 hours to do something that takes an experienced energy advisor to do in 30 minutes. Uh, so that's something. And I guess I'm having sort of a final test in the direction of sexual purity, I suppose, in remaining true and pure and honest. Uh, Bible reading today went over the how Israel was better off than Judah, because at least Israel just remained unfaithful and Judah just sat on the fence, and whenever she went back, it was always with a pretense. Uh, at least from his perspective. And I don't want to be like the adulterous Judah. I don't want to be flip flopping for the rest of my life again and again. I've had enough of that already. I've had enough of that already. Yeah. Uh, YouTube, there was a lot of psychology videos. It's from a channel, Psych to Go, and it went over a bunch of. I watched a bunch of these videos on like signs that your crush is into you, and stuff like that. And I, watching the video of signs that your crush is into you, it was painful. It was extremely painful because I saw so many points where I could relate to being the one giving the signals. And I guess them just either not reciprocating or just not wanting to, or just not picking up on them. And I could just think of so many points throughout my life where that had happened. And to the people that I know now that might be a potential relationship, and how it's like, yeah, that's extremely unlikely with the people that I know right now, at least the ones that I would be. That I have been attracted to in the past. And so I guess that's part of why I'm feeling lonely, because I've tried a lot, and it's looking like I'm running out of options at this point. And it's super depressing in the meantime. Even though I know that that's not true. I know that he is faithful, that he has promised that I will uh, in the future have a wife and kids and all sorts of stuff, that his plans for me are good. And that, if I were in a relationship right now, that wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. I'm extremely preoccupied with work, and I have no real free time at this point for anything other than work and then just unwinding and then work and then unwinding and then work and unwinding and sleep and yeah. In a slightly different topic, man, I really don't want to go back to work. Oh man, Hot 2000 is so painful. Lord help me. Uh, but I have to do it. I have to do it. So, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and proverb down below.